Trauma doesn't just live in memory, it lives in the body. And when something painful, overwhelming, or violating happens, whether it's bullying, rejection, emotional neglect, abuse, or sudden loss, your nervous system changes. Your body becomes the place where that experience is stored. Which means your relationship with your body often changes too. And when your relationship with your body changes, your style changes. Trauma can deeply affect body image, not always in obvious ways. Sometimes it shows up as hyper-awareness. You suddenly feel watched, exposed, evaluated, even in safe environments. Other times it shows up as numbness, disconnection. You look in the mirror and don't fully recognize yourself. Both responses are common. When trauma involves shame, criticism, or objectification, the body can start to feel like a problem. Something to manage, something to control, something to hide. That's where style becomes protective. Some people begin dressing in oversized clothing. Layers, high necklines, long sleeves, loose silhouettes. Not because they lack taste, but because containment feels safer. Blurring the outline of the body reduces vulnerability. If attention once felt dangerous, invisibility feels like relief. Others respond differently. They become hyper-controlled about appearance, perfect grooming, structured outfits, impeccable styling, because control over the body becomes a way to regain control over chaos. Trauma often steals agency. Styling becomes a way to reclaim it. There's also the connection to body image distortion. When you've experienced trauma, especially trauma involving criticism or violation, your internal body map can become distorted. You might fixate on certain features. You might feel too much or not enough. You might compare yourself constantly. Your style adapts around those beliefs. Dark colors to minimize, loose shapes to hide, specific cuts to avoid perceived flaws. But here's something important. These choices are not weakness. They are coping strategies. Your nervous system learned that certain types of visibility felt unsafe, so it created visual boundaries. There's also the freeze response. Trauma doesn't only trigger fight or flight, it can trigger freeze, emotional shutdown. During freeze, motivation drops, energy decreases. Style can become stagnant, repetitive, neutral, not because you don't care, but because experimenting feels overwhelming. Your wardrobe may stop evolving because you feel stuck internally. And yet, style can also be part of healing. When someone begins to process trauma safely, through therapy, support, reflection, their style often begins to shift too, not dramatically, gently. They might choose a color they once avoided, a silhouette that feels slightly more defined, a fabric that feels soft and comforting rather than restrictive. These changes aren't about trends. They're about safety returning to the body. Healing body image after trauma isn't about forcing yourself to be visible. It's about rebuilding trust. Trust that your body is not the enemy. Trust that you deserve comfort. Trust that being seen does not automatically equal harm. Style becomes a dialogue. Instead of asking, "How do I hide?" you begin asking, "How do I support myself?" There's no rush in that process. Some days protection is necessary. Some days softness is enough. Some days you experiment. Some days you retreat. The goal isn't constant confidence. It's gradual reconnection. If trauma affected your body image, know this. Your relationship with your body makes sense. Your style choices make sense. They were adaptations. But adaptations are not permanent identities. You are allowed to evolve beyond survival. You are allowed to feel safe in your body. And you are allowed to express yourself without apology. If this resonated with you, subscribe and join this space. We're building a community where women explore identity, healing, and self-expression through fashion. Where clothing isn't shallow, it's psychological, emotional, and deeply human. Let's build a community where we don't just change our outfits. We understand the stories behind them,